Hi there, welcome to your monthly update on improving teams from your Business Builder system. Now, I was wondering what to do today, and a Facebook memory popped up of an event I did for HSBC 3 years ago today over in Norwich for around 50 odd of their clients on recruitment and retainment of top talent. Now, retainment is something I'm going to cover another day. We don't have time for it in this particular update. However, one thing to bear in mind is that statistically, and we're talking around 69, 70, 71% of employees, they don't leave your company. They don't leave the product or service that they're working on. They don't leave their desk or the environment they're working in. The majority of employees leave their manager. Now, in small business, that can often be the business owner themselves. So just want you to bear that little nugget in mind as we go forward. Now, over the 12 years now, I've been working with business owners to help build their businesses, make them more profitable, make them easier to run, more valuable, increase their freedom and the businesses, reduce the business's reliance upon them. In all those years, I would say that almost, without exception, maybe 98, 99% of the times I've got a ball of wool to untangle, an employee challenge. It's been caused by poor recruitment in the first place. Very rarely is it actually something that's gone on in the business in the course of their role. It's usually they've been recruited into a role they don't have the skills for, or recruited into a role that they don't have the attitudinal, the cultural, the behavioural fit for the organisation. And when one or both of those things are not the best, then it'll lead to problems further down the line. So what I want to touch on very quickly is some key points on recruitment. So the first thing is, employees these days, they're looking for some purpose behind what they do. They're looking for some purpose, a higher purpose, something to get behind. Now, Dan Pink in the book Drive, and Tony Shea's Delivering Happiness, here we go, the happiness hypothesis. These talk about, this one here about happiness, this one about what motivates us. And what we know from these books is, Dan's research has shown that employees are looking for autonomy over what they do. They're wanting to have mastery over what they do, and they want to have a feeling, a higher purpose to work to, whether that's for the job or the business, or the product or the service, or even the client base they're serving. They want to have purpose. And this mirrors well with what Jonathan found in his research of all the major cultures, religions and societies over time, looking at all the written evidence, of course. And what he found by the end of the book is that there's 4 corners to happiness. One is a perception of having control over what you do, a perception of making progress, connectedness with that's the strength and the depth of the relationships you have around you, and fourthly, higher purpose, which is mirrored in Dan's. In fact, the 3 of these match 3 of the 4 of these. The only one that Dan doesn't cover in motivation is the relationship aspect, which Jonathan finds is key to happiness. So, having a clear vision for your business is critical in this day and age. If you want to recruit top talent, having a clearly defined vision, a direction of travel, something in the future that you're all working towards. It needs to be something big, something powerful, something people talk about when you're not, the business owner's not on site. It wants to be there, it wants to be everywhere. Secondly, let's look at the cultural and the behavioural expectations of the business. As I said a moment ago, we don't want to be recruiting people who don't fit your culture, who don't understand what the behaviours are required for working for your organisation, for working with your particular target market. So a clearly defined culture, values and behaviours is critical before we start the actual process. We've mentioned before about hiring slow and firing fast. So take your time over recruitment. Let's imagine that most people, in fact, not imagine, most people have got a month's notice on their particular post. And if we're looking for top talent, that could be 2 or 3 months. We also need probably around a month to advertise to attract the attention of top talent. And then we'd need probably about a month to take them through the process, maybe a couple of weeks. But I would start budgeting for around 90 days from when you need someone to start and be effective in the role, and 90 days back to when you want to start this process. And that's what I mean about hiring slow. Budget for the time and the energy and the resource to do this right. Next tip is to create a job description that's in flow. And what I mean by that is, my background, 9 years in sales before I started this business, and I was recruited as most salespeople are, because I'm really good with people. I'm a real people-orientated person. Well, a lot of my job was data-driven. It was filling out forms, filling out forecasts, filling out lengthy paperwork. And it was no surprise that my manager was always nudging me saying, Rich, where's the detail? Where's the data? Where's your forecast? Where's the paperwork on this? Yeah. Most sales job descriptions are Jekyll and Hyde. They want people and task, and they're opposite ends of a spectrum in terms of people's preference for the actions they take on a daily basis. So don't create Jekyll and Hydes, because if you do, one bit of that job description won't get done and you'll always be chasing it. For example, if I'm building sales teams, I will recruit if the target market requires people-orientated people. I'll recruit those, but then I'll recruit a team of administrators to do the paperwork, to do the forecasting, to do the Excel spreadsheets, to make sure the contracts have got every I dotted, every T crossed, and every lowercase j dotted, because those people-oriented people won't do it. Similarly, spin this round. If you're recruiting someone in a data role, and I see this a lot in finance, you've recruited someone, a real analyst, a real data precision-oriented person, and then you're asking them to get on the phone and chase some customers up about lost debts. Jekyll and Hyde again. So make sure that when you put the job description together, you assess it in terms of flow. Is this one type, one set of tasks that is sort of matching to the kind of personality type we're looking for? Next tip, market this job like you would market a product or service. Think about target. Who's my target employee? Where are they? When are they there? What are they reading? What are they doing? How best to get in front of them? Yeah. If you were selling a surfboard, you wouldn't advertise it in the Reader's Digest. Yeah. So if you're marketing for a certain type of person, think about where that advert's going to go. Job sites make it really easy. We've got a partner hiring people who are phenomenal. For a flat fee, they'll get you across all the job boards and provide you with one centralized area in which you can manage everything coming in from everywhere. So that makes it really easy. But market the job like you would a product or service. Have a system for recruitment. Yeah, have a documented system, because then you can analyze, when you get to the bottom of it and you've not got an ideal candidate, you can analyze where in the process it went wrong and update that system accordingly. Have a systemized approach, which includes multiple stages of selection. Yeah, most people, I think I mentioned this earlier, most people recruit based on deselection. Sorry, most people recruit based on selection. They'll take the best of the bad bunch that they've managed to get in front of. Yeah, each stage of your recruitment process should be deselecting people. Only candidates who pass get through to the next stage, and then at the end of the process, you should be left with a candidate who fits. If there's no one left, go back to the start again, cast that net again. Maybe tweak where you've advertised it, or tweak the wording in a job description. Another tip for you on job descriptions and on adverts. Sorry, how many adverts for jobs do you see? We're looking for a really detail-orientated, task-driven, compliance-loving individual to come and work for our vibrant, fast-paced, highly energetic team. Okay, let's face it, that is going to put off that type of person. Yeah. So in that job description, make sure you're using languaging that fits the type of flow, the type of behavior and personality type you're looking for in the job description. So have a system and ensure it's one based on deselection, not selection. 2 more tips for the actual process. Firstly, use group interviews. Now this might sound a little crazy. I was working with a farm shop with I don't know, what do they have, 50, 60 part-time employees across their shop, cafe and butchery. And the owner was doing about, what was he doing? 2 weeks, so about 60, 70 hours of interviewing a month. Now, in the summer, to get the summer staff there, of course, a little bit less in the winter. Group interviews give you an opportunity to, well, first off, see how people play with other members. If they come into the group interview system and they're kind of like, whoa, what's going on here? Not comfortable with this. You're starting to learn things about them. Caveat that, of course, with if you're recruiting someone into a role that is going to be, working on their own most of the day, someone who just pushes and pulls levers all day, or they're nose to machine all day, or they're out on site, not speaking to people. If you're recruiting that type of people, the group interview format doesn't work. Make it realistic. Look at the job role that you've got the person in and think, do they need to work well with other people? Do they need to play nice? If they do, group interview. And it will save you heaps of time. Final one for you, I don't want this to go on for too long, is also in the recruitment process to have a practical element to it. Get them on the job. If you're recruiting a salesperson, get them on the phone. If you're recruiting a salesperson, get them to do a mock meeting. If you're recruiting someone for your finance team, give them a spreadsheet. Get them into Sage, get them into Cashflow, get them into Zero. Let them have a look around. If it's a skill, a trade, get them on the tools. Yeah, give them a half day, pay them. Ask them to take holiday from their current employer if they must, and come and do some time with you, because you really want to see if they can do it. Once they're on site, you've just got so much time and money invested in them, it almost feels as though you can't sack them if they can't do the job. Let's do all the work up front, hire slow, so that when you've got that employee, you've got that perfect employee for the role, you can make them the offer and get them on board. One final point, once you've got them, induct them well. But that's a story, that's some tips and such for another day. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick update, some quick thinking. This one is week 4, it's on improving teams. Week 1 is profit, week 2 is time and freedom, reducing your business's reliance on you, and week 3 is based on building the value, the multiple of your business. And within this section on below, there's an area to subscribe for each of these 4 emails, or unsubscribe from the ones that are not relevant for you. I'm really looking forward to your thoughts, your comments and your feedback on this. If there's anything you've said in there you want more information on, please do get in touch. I look forward to speaking with you in a month's time, or perhaps in a few weeks' time when it rolls around to week 1 and we talk about profit. For now, have a fantastic week. All the very best. Take care now.